Hi, boys and girls. Wanted to do a new little lesson for you to help any of you guys at home with your math skills. And specifically today, we're going to talk about addition. You've been working really hard from home on all our different math topics that we've been doing to hopefully remember from what we've learned already in the classroom. And you've been doing an awesome job, and I'm really proud of you. So, the one thing I want to focus on today is to make sure that we are all knocking my socks off with our addition and using all the tools that we have to help us when we are doing our adding and even subtracting of numbers. But again, today we're going to focus on addition for all the work that we need to do. So, you'll see here I've got some tools out on the screen. I've got a number line here. Hopefully you recognize a number line. And I've got some other goodies here that we're going to use today to help us with addition. Now, before we even jump into that, just want to remind everybody, when we're adding, when we're doing addition, remember we're taking two numbers and we're putting them together and we're going to come up with an even bigger number. So adding comes up with a bigger number. Two things all together make a bigger number. Awesome. So also, what do we want to think about? What does the symbol look like when we're talking about adding? If you're looking at a math problem and you look at that symbol, what does it look like that makes you think, oh yes, we need to add? Good, it is a plus sign. And the plus sign looks like this. Okay, so whenever you see that plus sign, you know that you're going to be taking two numbers, adding them together to come out with a bigger number. Now, there's a bunch of different ways and different tools that you can use to add numbers. Again, we've got a number line. Maybe you want to even use your fingers. Counting with your fingers is a great way to practice your adding. And we can also use some things that you see on my screen here. We've got some circle dots and we've got some blocks here. These we call counters. These help us count with our math problems to make it a little bit easier for us to add. Now, counters can be anything, right? So right here, I have an example of using blocks. Maybe you have blocks at home. You can use those for your math to help you with counting. These are just little circles. We call these counters in our classroom. If you remember them, they're like red and yellow or orangey yellow color. We use those as counters in our classroom as well. Now, maybe you don't have those. Maybe you've got little marbles at home. Maybe you've just got crayons. Maybe you have pennies at home. Anything can be used as a counter to help you count. So let's do a few addition problems together today, and we're going to practice how we can do them using our number line, our counters, and we can even practice using our fingers. So we're going to start with a smaller number addition. Let's start with 3. Again, we've got our symbol here for adding, so it's 3 plus, and let's make it easy peasy, 1. And don't forget, every addition problem needs to end with this symbol, and that symbol is the equal symbol. So let's read that together. 3 plus 1 equals. Now, some of you are probably saying, oh, easy peasy, you can do this right away in your brain, which is awesome. But I do want you to practice along with me to use these tools so that we know how to use them when we get to the bigger, more challenging addition. So first, I'm going to do 3 plus 1, and I'm just going to use my fingers here sitting at home. So you use them as well. Put 3 fingers up on one hand, plus 1 finger on your other hand. Now we're plussing, so that means all together. Put those fingers all together to come up with a bigger number. And 3 fingers plus 1 finger equals 4. Very good. So 3 plus 1 is going to equal 4. Awesome. Now, here's another way that we can practice using doing addition with using our number line. I love number lines, but we have to use all the different ways as well, because remember, we're not going to walk around with a number line all the time. So we have to use it now to practice to get our brain used to all of these addition numbers. So if our problem is 3 plus 1, where do we start on our number line? Good. We are always starting at the very first number in our math problem. So up here on my number line, I'm going to start with the number 3. And now again, we're adding. So we want a bigger number. So since we want a bigger number, we know that we're going to be moving on our number line this way. We're moving it towards the bigger number. So 3 plus, again, we know plus means we're moving it this way. How many times are we going to jump? How many times are we going to move on our number line? 3 plus 1. Very good. We are going to jump 1 time. The second number in our addition problem always tells us how many times to jump on the number line. So let's try it. So again, the first number is a 3, so we start at 3, plus, which means we're going this way with our jumping. And the last number said it's a 1, so we know we're going to jump 1 time. So 3 plus 1 jump equals 4. Very good. Another way, we just used our fingers before, and now we've just used the number line to figure out 3 plus 1 equals 4. Awesome. We can even use these counters here to help us. So we've got 3. So maybe I've got 3 yellow counters plus 1. I've got 1 green counter, and all together, 1, 2, 3, 4. 3 plus 1 equals 4. Same thing, don't have any circle counters, you could just use blocks. I've got 3 blocks right here, plus 1 block right here, equals 1, 2, 3, 4. Awesome. So I think with all of these ways, we've definitely decided that 3 plus 1 equals 4. Awesome. Hope that made sense to you. And it's a lot of the stuff that we're doing in our classroom, or we were doing in our classroom. So hopefully this isn't a surprise for you. So I'm going to erase all this stuff up. Give me 1 second. And then I think I'm going to challenge you. I know my class loves a good challenge. So let me erase this one. Now our number line goes all the way up to 20. Now, as we get into bigger numbers, it's going to be harder to know those in your brain, and it's going to be harder for us to use our fingers. So definitely want to think about using our number line. So let me think of what is a big number that we can add together. Okay, I think I've got one. So I'm going to do 11 plus, don't forget, plus is the sign we're looking for addition. And let's do 5. 11 plus 5. And what's that symbol you need at the end? Equals. Very good. Now, right away, I think, let me try counting using my fingers, but uh-oh. I only have 10 fingers, and right away I need 11. So maybe the fingers aren't going to be the best choice to count with. How about we try to use our number line? So we're going to go back up here to our number line. Now think about what we went over with the last problem. Where do we start on our number line? 11 plus 5 equals. Where are we starting? Good. We're going to start at the number 11 because our first number in the problem is an 11. So I'm starting here at an 11. Now, which way am I going to jump? Am I going this way on the number line, or am I going this way? Good, I'm going towards the bigger numbers. I'm going this way because when we add, we want a bigger number. Okay, and how many times am I jumping? You told me I need to go this way. So how many times am I jumping on this number line? Good, 5 times. The second number tells us how many times to jump. So 11 plus 5. Here we go. Start at the 11 and let's jump 5 times. Count with me. 11, 12. Oh, wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sorry, I got mixed up a little bit. Let me try that again. So we start at 11 and we're jumping 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What number did we stop at? 16. Awesome. 11 plus 5 equals 16. That was a big one, but with the number line, we could figure it out. Now remember, you're not going to have a number line always. Maybe you've just got some counters sitting with you at home, something that you can use as a counter. So let's try. I need 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, that's almost all of my counters over here. So I'm going to do 11 circles plus how many cubes I'm going to use? 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Okay. So I have 11 circles plus 5 cubes equals what? Let's count them all together. Remember, when we add, it's a bigger number altogether. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Using those counters, help me figure out, again, 11 plus 5 equals 16. Very good work. So I hope this helped remind you how we can do different ways of using tools to help us with our adding, whether it's something just like 1 plus 1 or even something like 15 plus 20, bigger numbers. You can use counters and your number lines to help you. So great work. You've got some math work to do today, I believe, to help you with your adding. I hope this lesson did that for you. Bye, boys and girls. Great job.